Hey friend, Roger Christopherson here again with another first listen review. At least I think it was a first listen review because it seems like I've actually heard this before, but maybe not, I don't know. It's Ringo Starr and his All-Starr band live at the Greek Theater in 2019. The reason I say I think I've heard this before is because I remember hearing a lot of these songs. I think I was watching something on YouTube or something a couple years ago and I might have seen this already. I don't remember the stuff with the Average White Band, so it could have been the version with the singer whose name is slipping my mind right now from Mr. Mister, because I remember watching that one, so it could have been some of the same songs. I think Greg Raleigh was involved in that one as well. But in this version of it, because he's been doing this for years and years and years, always bringing on special people, and what really caught my attention was when he got Steve Lukather involved, because Steve Lukather is like one of my favorite guitarists, and Toto was like one of those guilty pleasures of mine. I just actually love that band, and so pretty much, I obviously Steve Lukather's done like a million things, but anything that he's been involved with as far as a full project, I like to, hear. As all the little stuff he's been involved with, they're just impossible to keep track of. I don't even think he knows everything he's played on at this point, like thousands of albums. But anyway, so he's in it. Obviously, Greg Raleigh's still in this one. The singer from the Average White Band, who I was not familiar with, was Hamish Stewart. I actually don't know anything about that band. It's kind of strange because I know they've been around forever, but I never got into them. This is one of those bands that just never caught my ear. So I apologize to any Average White Band fans out there, but I don't know much about him. And then they got Men at Work's Colin Hay, and at the very end of the show, they had Joe Walsh, Nils Lofgren, and Edgar Winter come in and, join in for the finale there. But anyway, and then the, obviously Ringo Starr. So anyway, as far as the song list goes and the recording of it, the recording is perfect. It's good when you can actually hear a really good sounding live recording. Because sometimes live recordings are not good at all. They're all mushy and it's like all muffled and you can't hear things clearly. And sometimes the crowd overpowers the band, and that doesn't happen on this one. Actually, everybody sounds really good. You can tell they didn't do any edits on this because there's some flubs here and there, so there's no editing, which I kind of like when they don't do that. I think there's lots of conspiracy theories or thoughts on other, or maybe they're not conspiracy theories if they're true, right? So of other live bands in the past being messed with. I'm sure that has happened a lot. But on this one, you get the standards. You're always going to hear "It Don't Come Easy" from them. Photograph is on here. You're going to end with a little help from my friends. You're always going to hear those those songs, no matter what. Yellow Submarine, always going to hear those on every one of these he's ever done. And they always sound good. I mean, they were hits for a reason. Ringo Starr is a legend, and become a legend by having just every song be garbage. He's got some pretty good songs. So anyway, I know that a lot of stuff was written for him by the other Beatles, but he's had some good songs since then too. So anyway, that aside, some of the other highlights in this were "Evil Ways" with Greg Raleigh singing that, and then "Black Magic Woman" and "Oya Como Va." I mean, those were amazing. I just really enjoyed those songs. And it takes on a whole new life, and you have different people playing that stuff. And hearing Steve Lukather play on those was kind of cool. And of course, then you have to have Steve Lukather songs in there. Rosanna. Then they did "Africa" and "Hold the Line." Now, "Hold the Line," I like the song. I've heard it. It's not one of those. It's kind of strange because I've heard Rosanna and Africa probably more. I don't get sick of those songs. Every time I hear them, I like them. "Hold the Line" I'm not sick of it, but it's it doesn't excite me like it used to. Back when they were first out. I've even heard Steve Lukather say he can't picture himself playing that song anymore. It's kind of the reason he quit doing Toto for a little bit, and it came back. And then then Colin Hay's got a couple of the Men at Work songs on there, and "Down Under" and "Who Can It Be Now." And I never was a big fan of "Who Can It Be Now," but it sounded good on here somehow. Sometimes live versions just sound better. And I forgot they did the song "Overkill," so that was a cool thing. And then all the songs from the Average White Band, I didn't know any of those at all, so it was kind of like hearing them for the very first time. So anyway, good album. I guess it was released on DVD previously. I might have seen it. I don't remember seeing anything with the Average White Band songs in it, so it was probably the other version that I saw. There's so many of these out there that it's hard to keep track, actually. But if you're a fan of any of these bands or Ringo Starr, this was a kind of a fun addition to have. It's nice not to have the DVD because you're driving around your car listening to music. You're not going to have a DVD in, obviously. So it's definitely cool having just a CD version of it. I just enjoy these songs. Obviously, it's nothing new, but it's just a new way of hearing them. So I enjoyed it. Think it was worth the time and the money. So anyway, what do you guys think of this stuff? I always want to hear back. If you enjoy this stuff, or you're sick of some of these songs, or whatever. Feel free to comment and let me know what you think, and like, subscribe, and share, and all that fun stuff. And talk to you in the next one. See you.